Happy Memorial Day, Tom.
And to you as well also, Patrick.
Although it's Friday, I guess, when the episode's going to come out. But we are recording on a Monday. It's a hot Monday here in Cincinnati, Ohio. A little humid.
Oof.
I wouldn't go as far as to say muggy, but it's a little warm. Feeling the heat. How are you feeling on this fine day? How's the mountain time zone?
It's fine. I just woke up a little bit ago. Haven't been outside yet. Barely got pants on before we started recording. Okay. And
pants, you say?
Pants.
Wow.
Yep.
You've changed. This is our second morning show in a while, so we are
a little sleepy.
A little sleepy? Yeah, a little cozy. But what I do have here is this mail that gets sent to us.
We need to come up with a mail song, like Blue's Clues. Remember that? Here's the mail, it never fails. It makes me want to wag my tail. When it comes, I want to wail. Mail!
Yeah, I'm glad you knew that, because anyone who said they didn't know that would be lying, because everybody knows that song.
So here we go.
I'm pretty sure. Can we just use that? Was that an homage, or is that our new?
Not staying in
trouble. Well, fair enough. Well, that's what it is. Nobody likes this segment. Some of you have been vocal about it, and yet here we are with mail piled up at my doorstep.
How did they get your address? Who put that out there?
I don't know.
Alexa did it.
Yeah, well, hey, we were just talking about Alexa before the show started, and she went off. I jumped. I almost spilled my coffee on myself. I don't like her having her in the house.
I was wondering how long it would take, because at first you seemed pretty neutral about it, and the anger was palpable.
Not a fan. Well, before we get into the mailbag, you had mentioned you had an Alexa story, so now I kind of just want to get into it. But there was a headline this week about an Alexa recording a conversation that a family had and then sent it to one of the contacts in one of the family members' phone. Which was like, I don't know if that's what's scarier, that or those Alexas that had been randomly giggling manically. I think that headline was a few months ago. Do you think let me ask you this. Do you think the attitude has changed at all about home assistants, or not at all? Like, it's just going to keep being a part of do you think solar panel roofs and home assistants are just going to be in 10 years in every home? Like, that's just how home life is going to be.
I hope so.
Or do you think there's going to be a strong faction that holds out this? I don't like this. I don't want this.
Well, in terms of solar, I think it was California. Every new home built after 2020 is required to have solar.
Oh, wow.
I think that is in the right direction. I could be wrong with some of those facts, but somehow after 2020, that's obviously a very good thing, right? Renewable energy is dope. I don't know. I think the home assistance thing is the only logical next step, right? I mean, with all the control that they have, why would you not take it further to ease the burden of having to turn on your own lights, right? I
guess, man. I mean, I guess you could hook it up to lock your doors, I guess, when you're away, right? Via apps and whatnot. Like, the security aspect probably would be a major pro.
Yeah.
The light turning on thing, I'm not super impressed by.
I love it.
Because you could, in the 63, clap twice and they would come on. It's been pretty, no, I'm just kidding.
Right.
But it's been pretty easy to do that since Chia Pets were flying out the shelf.
But can they fade to any percentage and change to any color?
Oh, man. Color? And I say this with the most respect possible.
Who cares?
I don't care at all, dude. 0%. No percentage of being impressed at all there.
Well, hey man, when I'm watching Gilmore Girls and I realize that my living room lamp needs to go from 70 to 25%, it's nice to just say it, not get up. You know what I mean?
I know. I could see you finding enjoyment out of that, which is important for me to know that you are comforted in certain ways, my Tommy boy. But is that what you did this past weekend? A lot of Gilmore Girls?
Yeah.
What was the Alexa story? What's been your life lately? We haven't spoken in a minute.
Yeah. Megan's mom was in town a couple weeks ago, and we don't have like a second bedroom because it's currently this podcasting studio. So she's sleeping on the couch, and that living room lamp that I spoke of earlier, was out there, and it's controlled by the Echo. You can turn it on or off yourself if you want to, but we were just like, yeah, just, you know.
Do you also have one of the taller ones that are kind of like the height of a vase, I guess?
No, I have the normal second generation one, which is maybe...
The dot?
No. They're taller, but they're not like the tall ones. They're smaller than the originals, but it's
Gotcha.
not the dot. It's like maybe 10 inches.
Gotcha.
I don't know how many centimeters it is for you, Matt. Sorry.
Whoa.
Actually, I
Have
think
you
it's...
abandoned your New Year's resolution to go full metric,
No,
my boy?
actually, it's 25.4 millimeters is an inch, which is so it's 25 centimeters, 25.4 centimeters, Matt. Something like that.
I have questions about your New Year's resolution.
We'll get to that July 1st.
How many lies have you told me in your lifetime? How many hours? How many kisses? No, I'm just kidding.
How many cups of coffee?
Have I wasted?
So my story is that we were in our bedroom with the door shut, and we heard Megan's mom sounding kind of agitated from the living room. So we were listening, and she was like, "Alexis, turn off the lamp." And she kept saying, "Alexis," like 4 times.
The sad part of that story to me is like you all listening and getting pure enjoyment instead of just like going out to help Megan's mom.
Well, it gets worse.
Or her aunt, mom.
It gets even on my part. So I pulled the app out and I just turned the light off for her because you can do that too. And then after like 20 seconds, I turned it back on. And she was like, "Hey, Alexis."
So you went into the room, manually shut it off, did not inform her that she had been saying the wrong name, and then pranked her seconds later. Just, okay.
No,
were there any more Alexis's flung out into the stratosphere?
No, I turned it
off.
off.
After that final one?
I turned it off from my room with my phone, so I didn't...
No, I know. I'm
okay,
saying,
okay.
How many more... How long did you drag this out in this torture chamber you call home?
Just a couple seconds. I thought it was
Just a couple, okay. Was it a nice visit? And again, sorry, I missed... This is her aunt or her mother?
Her mother, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was like a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Was
it a nice visit?
Yeah, it was nice.
Did you take her into Denver?
We went to dinner a couple places. Barely. I don't think we went into like Denver proper though, because we're just on the outskirts of it, so we stuck around there.
Did she like the garden and all that?
Yeah, we had not planted it at that point.
Whoa. Mother's Day is coming on, dude. You got to get on that.
Wait, no. Mother's Day was like last 2 weeks ago.
No, I know.
At that point, okay.
Like, isn't that like the, are wives' tales, what you call those things, or like little tidbits that are kind of half true, but like, that's usually when the weather's warm enough to like put your seeds outside.
Yeah. And actually, she was in town for Mother's Day is what weekend it was.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Has the garden been planted? Now I'm worried.
Yeah, no, it's good, man. We got our snap peas running up some strings to the fence, zucchinis, watermelon, pumpkins. Zooks, dude. I can't wait to zoodle that shit.
Dude, Jesse got a zoodler, and we have been zoodling the out of every zucchini we can get our hands on in the tri-state area for the past 4 months. Zoodling machines. I like it.
Good.
I like it, though.
Yeah, I can't
Makes
wait.
for a nice little, I don't know, meal, I guess. Yeah, no, it's nice.
Okay. Well, anyways, that's
It's pretty easy, and, it's healthy, and, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm looking forward to it.
What do you want me to say? I just got excited about the zoodles, but I didn't have much more to go, and I'm sorry for taking us down that short road, but that's how I feel about that particular topic. But yeah, getting back real quick, other than Alexas and solar roofs or any other home assistants, apologies to Cortana. Other than those and above ground pools, what other thing do you think houses in 2025 will all kind of have?
Above ground pools. Underground trampolines.
Whoa.
Not underground, but actually a lot of the new houses that I've been working on, I see a lot of trampolines that are like dug out so that the bouncy part is ground level. And I think that's kind of awesome.
Safety first.
Yeah. Because I don't know if you remember, I broke my jaw on a trampoline. So
I don't.
You
but before we go into the mailbag, which we've been putting off for a few minutes here, and again, you can use the skip forward feature on Apple Pods for those of you who apparently still love that segment, despite all the vitriol. But yeah, well, let's sneak in the quick trampoline story. Your jaw is okay now,
Yes,
I take it, because
yes,
you are
yes, yes.
speaking and eating and
Yeah.
surviving years later.
This was actually, I think this was this was after, I think the summer after 8th grade. No, I don't remember. I think it was actually, the summer before 8th grade. It was the worst week of my life. When bad things happen, right? They usually happen in threes. So I'm at this.
Can you walk us through why?
All right. So day one, my girlfriend goes out of town. And I was heartbroken. I was 12 or 13, and I've never, been without my girl. So that was...
Was this your first girlfriend?
Yeah. So she's gone. Bummed out. Day two, I'm skateboarding down Bird Drive by my house, and I fell going downhill, and my left shin was just like gone. Like all the skin disappeared, was left on the road. And then about 2 days after that, I got poison ivy that covered my entire body, including in the open wound, including all the sensitive areas. I mean, I could my fingers, like if you spread your fingers as far as you can, that's about where mine were stuck because the poison ivy blisters were so big in between all my fingers. It was brutal, right? It was really, really bad. So this is about 5 days after my girlfriend leaves. There's a family reunion. There's a trampoline, and we were all jumping on it. And the homeowner was like, "Hey, let's be safe. Only one kid at a time." So when there's like 15 kids all watching one person do something they want to do, they kind of get a little bored, right? So I'm on the trampoline, and I was pretty good. I can do the backflips and like the twists while I'm backflipping and stuff like that. So I'm jumping, and all these kids are like waiting around the trampoline, waiting for their turn, getting impatient. And they started all pushing down on the trampoline at the same time to try to like launch me. And I was like, "Hey, yo, stop. Not safe. I'm going to try to do a trick." They're like, "Okay, we won't." And then they fucking did.
Whoa.
And I did like a little backflip 180 thing. And I lost my like control because they launched me. And I landed on the unpadded bar face first.
Oh.
and my feet hit the trampoline and they snapped back, and I kicked myself in the back of the head.
Oh, no.
I took like full on scorpion, dude.
That shock absorption, dude.
Yeah.
Full on scorpion. Oh, gosh. Full on crawdad. Although, no, that would be the other way.
So I got up and I was like, "Guys, I told you not to do that." But I was talking really funny. And I realized my braces were all stuck into my cheek. Like every single one of them.
Okay.
And okay, so I'm start running around trying to find my mom, and I get my mom. She's like, "Hey, sweetie," and I was like, "Something's wrong. I don't know how bad it is." And she saw my face and started screaming because there's blood everywhere, right? And my cousin at the time, former step cousin or whatever, it's Greg's side of the family, checks it out and it's bad. So we go to the hospital. The jaw is broken, not like wired shut broken, but it was like broken on the bottom side. And my 4 bottom front teeth were in the back of my mouth, and they were held together by my braces. And the next day I went to an orthodontist, and he basically just numbed my gums up and then put his hand in my mouth, and with his fingers ripped my teeth back into place into like where they were supposed to be, because they were like knocked an inch back. And it was so painful, but the worst part was that my braces were supposed to be off the like 9 days after that. And because of that happening, I had to keep them on for another 2 years into high school, which I was so excited to get them off like the week before I started high school. And all these things happened within like a week of each other. And I also happened to be in a play at the Erie Playhouse. I was the lead. I think I might have talked about this on the show before. I might have told this whole story before, actually. But
I don't believe. Oh, maybe the Playhouse part, but there was no brace ripping, because I don't remember that level of cringe. I think because that definitely was tough to hear with the braces going into the cheeks.
Yeah. So
I regret saying it again now, because that's some graphic content. We should put a warning in the show notes. Quite frankly, that is disturbing.
But I was the lead in a play, and I have all the skin on my shin missing, covered in poison ivy, a broken jaw, teeth in the back of my mouth, because that was like actually 3 or 4 days until I can get my teeth put back.
And you know what's worst of all?
What?
You got a broken heart.
Girls out of town. But I did a play in this condition
Well, you know what
the
they say,
day
Tom.
after it happened. I know what they say. You tell me what they say, though.
Oh, mind games. I'll play. I'll play what you're putting down. I see what you're going for here. The show must go on.
Absolutely, it must, and it did. I only missed one performance.
Wow.
The night of breaking my jaw, but the day after, I was there, man. Teeth in the back of my mouth, holes in my cheeks, and I played Cheech in a short baseball comedy one-act play.
Which is
Greg
what you're known
Grunzel.
for, primarily, because you got your start.
Greg Grunzel, who we both went to high school with, was Chong. And again, we're 12. I don't know who Cheech and Chong are. I don't know why they're in this children's play, but that's who I was.
There's more there, I think, that I'd love to explore. Maybe I'll do that at a different time. Like, was this a collection of shorts?
Yeah, it was like 3 little one-act plays.
Oh, okay. What was your character's motive? What's his in the scene? What was his why?
We were the underdogs, and Cheech and Chong were on the baseball team, but they were also kind of the announcers, and we were trying to win a game. And the only line I really remember is, oh, no, you know what? No, oh God, there was a song. It was a Beatles song. It was Help Me Rhonda. One of the characters.
Just real quick, I believe that's the Beach Boys.
Beach Boys, good. Better than the Beatles. They are no good.
Don't even. Tom, it's... Damn it.
So one of the characters in the show is Rhonda, and she hits a home run. And I get up with Greg Grunzel, and we start singing Help Me Rhonda. And we sing Help Get a Run Into Home. And I did a little Michael Jackson spin, and then I grabbed my nuts as I got up on my tippy toes with a broken jaw.
This show is all over the place, dude. Beach Boys numbers from Cheech and Chong during a sporting event in which they're the players and announcers. And mid-inning entertainment, it sounds like. Like, is this a well-known short, or did somebody at the Erie Playhouse write these shorts?
It's probable that's what happened.
Okay. Not that I think it would be, I want to see it now because it has many elements that I enjoy individually, but I've never seen them melded together in such a way. Was there a name for the short? Like, what was it titled?
Oh, I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
Cheech and Chong play ball.
Yeah, sure. I mean, that would be great. The classic short, yeah. I would love to see, like, John Goodman and Brad Pitt's interpretation of Cheech and Chong play ball. Just to see if they could really bring some new life out of it, you know? I'd watch that.
I've definitely mentioned the play on this show because I specifically remember writing Cheech and Chong into the show notes at one point.
Okay. Honestly, we should do a Cheech and Chong play ball episode. I'm 100% serious, but you know we can discuss later. Would you like to delve into the mailbag, my good man? Also,
let's do it.
The worst week of your life came to an end, and then you carried on. Everything healed up, and your first good friend came back.
My first girlfriend came back. They came back early and surprised me at the final performance of Cheech and Chong play ball. And she
classic
was
tale.
Horrified by the condition that I was in, just totally busted.
Tom, have you been? I've been better.
Right, I didn't have a cell phone at that time, so communicating with her was difficult.
Yeah.
I don't know if she knew what was actually going on.
No, yeah. It's like, some stuff has happened. You might want to take a seat. I'm going to get back into my hospital gurney, and we'll work this out. I'm going to grab a quick cup of coffee, and then you want to do mailbag after that?
Let's do it.
All right.
Here's the mail. It never fails. I have my coffee right next to me because I came prepared.
Hello?
Oh, hello.
You ready?
Ready.
Like we always say with the mailbag, we'll keep reading them if you
when you stop delivering them.
Or I don't even think I said it right that time. Anyway, just different words. Anyway, first from Crystal in Kansas City. Enema of the state or take off your pants and jacket?
This is the hardest one to date.
Yeah.
I think
Crystal's bringing it's a holiday week, first week of summer, some might argue. She's bringing the thunder early.
It's Memorial Day, and I just ate 7 fucking hot dogs.
Ooh, whoa.
Whoa.
Well, which album was that on? That was on,
Let's take off your pants and jacket.
which might give it a leg up on this given date.
I think Anima of the State is the most important album to me in the world. But damn, Take Off Your Pants and Jacket has some really good tracks. I'm going to take both.
That's fine.
But hey,
every music recommendation I've ever given on the show has not been a piece of music, so you're allowed to do that.
But let me say this. I own an original pressing of Enema of the State on vinyl. I don't own Take Off Your Pants and Jacket on vinyl, so that might say something.
I think Enema is their best album.
All the Small Things is the best song ever written. I have a All the Small Things tattoo, right? Enema of the State, obviously, but I'll take both.
Sure. Yeah, I'm going to say, have we talked about that? I mean, we had a Blink episode, but did we definitively say Enema was their best record, like going away?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it is. Moving on. Thanks, Crystal. Gus in Milwaukee, the janitor,
Bus,
or Ted, or the Todd. Yeah, that's right. Gus is like, you thought this was going to get easier? No, man.
I do like Ted. I don't like super love his character. I like when he's dating the Gooch and he gets all happy and confident and starts playing more songs.
Yeah.
The Todd's funny. I don't think his part aged well. Right?
Oh, hey. Yeah, that's a good point.
But I actually think the janitor, Neil Flynn, is the best character. But then you got Turk. Out of those three, definitely the janitor.
Would you say that Gus's ranking of like are they in the same echelon, or is the janitor like too good for that grouping? Like, would the janitor be up competing with Turk and JD and Elliot in like the group A, or is he the best of group B?
I do think that he's too good for the group that Gus put him in, but also they are the members of the Cool Cats, right?
No, actually. Janitor had his brain trust, which involved both of them, but the Cool Cats was a separate... Actually, you're right. No.
It had the delivery driver.
The Todd wasn't in, but the janitor was.
Oh, okay. Okay,
and
gotcha.
So was Ted. He played lead guitar. And then the goofy mailman that played a bunch of different parts throughout the show was the drummer.
Yeah.
But yeah, they both. Yeah, you're right. Well, maybe they do belong in the same echelon then, because they're always involved in the same kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'd call them bits, but arcs, I guess.
Sure. What about
it's a tough one. I'm gonna go with, and again, the character hasn't aged well, but I think, and the janitor's really good, but I think like the amount of laughs the high fives gave me, like out loud laughs.
Sure.
And I've watched the show over and over. Like my sister getting me the DVDs one Christmas was like the best gift I ever got.
Right.
Something about the Miracle Five where he's like, propaganda.
Propaganda.
And then he spits and
That's
the
exactly
beeper starts.
what I thought.
I think like bang for your buck alone. Like when you're watching a show and you react alone in the way that you might like in front of people, like a social reaction to like what's funny or sad, or,
Right.
like his high fives have made me I would go as far as to say they've made me guffaw alone. And for that reason alone, I'm gonna say the Todd. But like you said, I just for the high five laughs to clarify, and there was his behavior was just straight up sexual assault, right? So definitely a show from a bygone era.
More harassment than assault, but either way, not cool.
Right.
But it's a comedy, so
That is interesting though. I never thought about it like that because when we do our Scrubs episode like a year and a half ago at this point.
Yeah.
But that isn't. Yeah, like you wouldn't see a character in a show nowadays that just operated in like the wrong way to carry yourself.
Right.
So yeah. Anyway, Karen. So your answer is the janitor.
Hands down.
Hands down. Okay.
Hands down. Both hands down.
Poor Ted. I guess that's in the spirit of his character, though. So, God, his bands were so good, though. All right. Anyway, Karen in Orlando says prime numbers or multiples of 11 or just the numbers 1, 2, and 3. If you had to pick, gun to your head.
In what context is this?
Tom, you're thinking too long about this. There's a gun to your head.
Multiples of 11 because 11 is my favorite number.
Whoa. Are you feeling saucy today, dude?
What was it? Prime numbers, multiples.
I'll go through it again. Prime numbers or multiples of 11 or just the numbers 1, 2, and 3.
Well, I mean, I feel like you can get every number you want out of the numbers 1, 2, and 3, including 11. But I'm going to go with 11. Gun in my head. That's my first.
Through arithmetic or just using the number 1 twice or what? Let's go back to that sentence you just said. And,
no, like if you needed to make the number 7, you know, you can multiply 3 by 2 and then add 1.
Whoa.
But with
Challenge 24 much?
But if you have prime numbers, you can also go with 7. But say you need 24.
Yeah, but what if you needed 6, Tom? Then the prime numbers would leave you in the lurch. Okay.
But
if you want to play with fire, you got to be ready to get burnt. All right. This is the big leagues, Tom. Karen from Orlando is not suggesting this is some kind of vacation for you. All right.
Multiples of 11, you can get 33. Add 3 and 3 to get 6.
What kind of junk? Goofy ass math. Karen, you have prompted, I think, another show where we delve into the mind of Tom. It's like, how do you get 6? You get a number and then you split them and then add the splitted numbers. And then somehow get another one for the 7, the original prime.
Oh, it's not the original prime. 3 is. 1 is.
The original prime we had discussed. Sorry, I did not elaborate. Actually, 1 would be. You busting chops.
Hey, I corrected myself.
Hey, let's leave the chops alone. Chops for the grilling today on this day of memoriam. All right? No need to bust each other's. Don't let Karen come between us. Not again. Okay? We don't want another episode like last time. Okay, here's another. So your answer, I'm gonna say prime numbers. Your answer is multiples of 11. Put it in the show notes.
I stand firm on that.
Put it on the poll. Matt, put it on the poll. Mark in Buffalo says, Tom, what's your foot care regimen? And have you ever kept any type of diary or photo evidence about like what you do? And if not, can you, or are they available somewhere? Frequency of toenail clipping, things like that.
Every now and then when I'm feeling saucy, I'll shave my feet because I have foot tattoos.
Whoa.
What?
Really?
Yeah, well, I have a Triforce tattooed on my foot. I can't have a hairy Triforce.
Damn. Does it hurt?
No, but rarely.
I feel like that skin is super soft down there.
But no, you can shave your feet. I mean,
okay.
Rarely. I'm
By the way,
like,
if you don't mind me stopping you right here, this is the type of content that mailbag writers have been waiting for years. This is exactly what they were hoping they'd get into is this discussion. And the floor is yours, my man.
Yeah, no foot care. I am plagued by awful tan lines right now. Whoa. I wore tall socks all summer and winter while working on the roofs, doing solar stuff. So I have these like mid-ankle tan lines. So my feet are like ghostly white. My legs are super brown and tan. So my feet look a little weird right now when we are in Kauai 4 weeks from today. Oh, whoa. God, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get married in like 26 days or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Whoa.
Yeah. Just ordered Megan's ring over the weekend.
Whoa.
Should be here tomorrow. And she ordered mine from Budapest.
Whoa.
Yeah. Nice little meteorite.
Yes.
It's the coolest ring ever. But anyway, I digress.
Can't wait to see it.
Yeah. Me neither. It's so dope.
I think I've got my nugget for the speech. Like I'm starting to build around the main nugget. I had been thinking about it since you.
I haven't thought about Val.
But and I'm excited for it. You know, I think I got like my main message that I want to keep coming back to. You know, keep it short, but keep it nice and come up with at least 2 to 3 little anecdotes or whatever. You know, it'll be good.
Quick 20 to 23 minutes, right?
Yeah, do a tight 7, or I can do my half hour, or I can do my full hour. But that would be. Well, that might be a bit much.
So mailbag over.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Mark from Buffalo, You got what you wanted. Now crawl back into your...
We did some more wedding stuff over the weekends. Very excited. We ended up getting free tickets to Kauai.
Free, you say? You just stumbled into some free flights to Hawaii?
Yep. Upgraded to Delta Comfort Plus. I will keep the details of how they were free under wraps.
Whoa.
But very excited, which means that money can go back into our budget. I'm going to rent out the biggest subwoofer in Vermont so we can shake our booties on the dance floor because I just started making the playlist. It is tight.
Whoa.
I think I sent you a little sample. We've got some brand new in there, Blink-182.
There's a wide range because you crowdsourced your wedding playlist.
Yeah, there's a couple things in there. There is a unspoken no Beatles rule, but...
Is there a deeper rooted thing with your Beatles hatred? Like, how did this begin? Like, did they wrong you? Like, did something bad happen to you while they were playing on the radio or something?
I just don't like their music. I just don't think it's good. Like, I mean,
you know, I don't believe you, right? Like, I just don't believe you. I think this is an act. I'm on record with this, and
it's a 12-year bit that I'm doing.
Yeah, it's like the movie Prestige. That dude that carries the fishbowl around his legs at all times, but like. People think he walks bad, so on stage he can pull it out of his robe when the lights go out or whatever. Like, oh, where'd that fishbowl come from? But like, the dude doesn't walk with a limp; he's just always walking like that, so he can like hide his thing. Like, this is your like long con. This is your long con, and it might only be Beatles music at the wedding reception. I don't know. I don't know when you're gonna like. I don't know when the ta-da or ha-ha moment's gonna be, but I'm onto you. I am firm. I'm stout. Standing here, I'm dying on this hill. And, yeah, I'm coming for you, basically. Like, you're lying. You're lying. You're a liar. You're a liar. There's no way. There's no way. It drives me insane. I've been rambling for minutes now. I have several chalkboards and pin boards with string attached from pin to pin. Cigarette ashes everywhere. Yeah. I got boxes full of Pepe. Yeah, I don't believe you. I don't. I'm sorry. That's the one thing probably in our friendship that will never go away.
Well, you know, for the listeners, let me go through our playlist because it's dope. Let me see here. I'm not a playlist kind of guy. It took me a while to figure out how to make a playlist on my phone. I've never in my life made a playlist. Oh, I didn't mean to put Panic at the Disco's entire album on here. Just the one song.
Which one?
So, in no specific order. We have Shake It Off by Taylor Swift, Poison by Belle Biv DeVoe, which, if you remember, was the song that Turk auditioned for the Cool Cats with.
Of course.
The lip sync song where he did that awesome dance number.
He's going to be dangerous, but it's just so damn.
We got
down.
Ain't That a Kick in the Head by Dean Martin, All the Small Things by Blink-182. Ooh, Twist and Shout by the Beatles was requested, not playing it. Sorry Not Sorry by Demi Lovato. Get Down On It by Kool and the Gang. Love and Happiness by Al Green. We are shortening that song because it goes on for way too long. We got Delicate by Taylor Swift. Wild Things by Alicia Cara. Can't Stop the Feeling by Justin Timberlake. Just trying to get those booties moving. Definition of a Rap Flow by R.A. the Rugged Man. A song by my buddy Shane, who is our wedding photographer. We're going to surprise him with that one. We got some Odessa. DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince.
Sure.
Got some J5, TLC, Blackstreet, Dr. Dre. We're playing Baby Got Back by Sir Mix a lot, obviously. Black Alicious, playing some brand new. Moose Blood, Ariana Grande, Outkast, Big Boy. We're going to play Without Me by Eminem because, you know, let's just get him dancing. Any other requests to play at my wedding is at kellyandersonwedding.com, and we will play it unless it is the Beatles.
Well, alrighty. I will say this. I should have done this weeks ago, but after our Taylor Swift review episode, I do have an apology tour to go on. It was better than just okay, I guess.
Okay.
Some of the songs that we had said were just okay are good, I guess. I don't know. It's not that severe of an apology tour, but songs like Delicate and Endgame, I think.
Endgame is trash, dude. I stay firm with the song. Like, I deleted half the songs from my phone, and it ends up being a really good 7-song EP.
Sounds like this is maybe we'll have to revisit it in a full episode, re-going through the songs. But
I've tried. I put the whole thing back on one day.
Really?
Be like, okay, I'm gonna go back to it and listen to some fresh ears. I really stand firm on what I said on that episode.
Damn. All right. Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go from it was like a lackluster effort to like this is a good Taylor Swift album.
Okay.
I'll go as far as to say it was all right.
And she's coming through town, but I regret that I didn't buy tickets. They weren't that bad. They started at 80, but I would have paid 200 to get closer.
But you didn't get any?
I didn't, just because I knew that it was going to be pretty heavily on the new album, and a lot of the songs that were well received are the ones I don't like. So, maybe if I can check the set list, I can buy some scalp tickets for way too much money and still go, but we'll see.
Yes. Yeah, I guess we will.
Anyways, I've been talking for too long. I'm feeling self-conscious now.
Okay. You want to just end the show?
Right now.
Ooh.
It's a short one.
Well, we don't have to.
We can do whatever we want.
I guess we can. If you're still with us, you know what comes next.
I don't know what comes next.
Think. What's
Song of the week?
Rafiki say in The Lion King? Look harder.
Look. Yeah. Is it
Of all
song
the
of
like,
week?
I sneak that in whenever I can because there are few impressions that I feel I can like wrap my head around decently, and that one Rafiki line is the one thing. I'm
know
going
what's
to do it
really
again just
weird?
because I don't get a chance to do this that often. Look harder.
You know what's super weird, Pat?
What's that?
I do that all the time too. That exact impression, not as well. But anytime that I need to say look again or look harder or whatever,
really?
I always go to that line all the time. I feel like I did it just yesterday.
That's awesome. I'm glad to hear it. There are certain lines and stuff that like stay with you, but like you never get a chance to. Like my dad does one from Beauty and the Beast a lot. It's gotten worse over the years somehow, despite all the practice. But when she goes up into the library and gets a peek at that funky rose, and he's like, "Don't you realize what you could have done?" He never says it when he's actually mad. He's just like playfully, like,
Right.
like when someone like forgot to take the dog out or whatever. Just so that's one for him. I don't know.
See, when I think of that line, is that Ace Ventura? Where don't you? Oh, damn! It's from like a comedy. The same line delivered.
That went
in
from
a
pretty
similar
narrow,
way.
kind of narrow, a few movies to like a genre very fast. It was either in one of the Ace Ventura movies or a comedy, possibly a drama. It was one of the two masks that are on many playhouses.
Was it Son of Mask?
Yeah, oh, dude. Shouts to Jamie. What's his last name?
No idea.
Jamie Kennedy. Malibu's Most Wanted, which is there's a joke in Malibu's Most Wanted, which and again, let's dedicate an episode to this, just stuff we'd never get to talk about. There's a part where he says, "Oh yeah, where do you reside?" And like, it sounds like he's like saying like to ride a bike, but adding a Z thing in it. But it could also be interpreted as like, where do you reside? Like, where do you live? And my roommate and I don't know if it's because we had been drinking that day, but we were just watching Malibu's Most Wanted on cable one day. And we just, I don't know, that we thought that was like a joke that was too good for that movie almost, which it's actually kind of a watchable movie. And I'll go to battle for this, but,
Never seen it.
yeah. Well, it's the one where Snoop Dogg's like the rat that comes out of the wall and gives sage advice to Jamie Kennedy midway through. But yeah, the reside joke has always stuck with me. But you never get to talk about these types of things, I guess.
I dig it. Well, I have some editing to do today before I see Lizzo and Haim or whatever at Red Rocks.
Cool.
Today.
That's exciting. That's really exciting. Good for you, man.
I'm excited.
First trip to Red Rocks?
First trip.
Ooh, nice.
Yep. It's going to be a good time. So let's do our song of the week and reside on out of here.
Nice.
All right. What do you got?
Yeah. Yep.
I'll go, I guess.
Sure. Yeah.
John.
So it's another song by Illenium, who I recommended last week, but the song Feel Good by Daya. I actually take back what I said last week about Where Do You Go being my favorite. This song is definitely my favorite. It's been on repeat for a while, and it's a good one. Little down tempo, emo sounding electronic music. It's good.
Wow. Is it smooth?
V smooth.
Is it easy like Sunday morning?
depending on how your Sunday goes.
Well, yeah. Walk a mile in somebody else's shoes, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you don't. I don't half the time. So mine is a book. It is Vacation Land by John Hodgman, former Daily Show contributor, former PC in those Just and Long Apple commercials. Very funny, very self-aware, very easy to read. Yeah, I don't know. I used to feel kind of weird about like upsetting you about doing books in our song segment, but it's kind of like a just what have we been consuming lately thing. That's kind of what it turned into. Yep. And I don't regret trying to get people to read more. So it's funny. Go to the library, folks. Use your local library. Libraries are just the best, man. I was watching the latest season of Broad City, and Alana's character, there's like a running gag about Abby not, she's like, you can't just hold books. You got to read them too. You know, like Abby being the dumb one. But I don't know. She just sneaks in stuff like, man, reading is so dope. I don't know. But it's a good, like, she kind of like, I don't know if it's like a editorial thing to like sneak in like actually like heartfelt suggestions for the audience. But anyway, to quote Ilana Glazer in Broad City Season 4, either way, reading is dope. Go read John Hodgman's book. It's funny.
Speaking of reading in this segment, you recommended the Pizza Bomber book quite like a year ago. And
yeah, I got it for Christmas. It was one of the. Oh, okay. It was so good, so good. Well, and it's written by the lead detective or agent who had grown up in Erie and gone to prep. Ed Patella was the Erie Times reporter that covered it from front to back. It was him and the guy who went to prep, the FBI guy, and it's so detailed. Like, so you probably are referencing on Netflix now, Evil Genius by the Duplass brothers. Yes, I think they put that out. Which is crazy. And then the Stuff You Should Know podcast, they did a collar bomb heist episode recently too. So it kind of got back into the, I think Wired Magazine did a really detailed piece that you could probably Google. But yeah, if you can't get enough of the Erie, PA pizza bomber heist, oh man, it's probably one of the greatest, right? Weird, crime, intricate, evil cases ever, right? And everyone involved ended up dying of cancer kind of before they could really know, so...
Well, here's the thing. I texted you yesterday saying, man, I'm in the middle of watching this show. And you're like, wow, yeah, it's crazy how it ends. And this is how it ends. And I was like, yo, dude, spoiler alert. Like,
right. And to which I said, dude, we were there when it happened, A. B, I recommended a book on the topic almost 2 full calendar years ago. C, it's been on Netflix for weeks now. And
then you gave me more details about how it ended.
You brought it up, and I love it. I'm like, yeah, dude, how about that? And you were like, dude, spoilers. I'm like, dude, it's been 20 years, man. It's been 2 full decades. How much longer do I need to wait?
Well, when people said collar bomber or pizza bomber or whatever, that is the only thing I knew about the whole case. There was someone in Erie referred to as the collar or pizza bomber. I didn't know a single thing about it. So I'm learning.
The guy who the pizza delivery guy who had the collar bomb on wasn't even one of the main 3 to 4 people.
You got to stop saying shit, Pat. I'm still not done.
How? Dude, I'm not
I started it yesterday.
Jesus Christ. Watch it. We'll do an episode on it. Maybe. I don't know. It's fantastic. Read the book. It's called Pizza Bomber, right? I think. It's by Ed Patella. I don't know if I'm saying his last name right. Yeah, link in the show notes.
And, the thing that I thought was crazy is the opening scene of the show is from the Eaton Park parking lot. That was one of my first jobs ever, was in that Eaton Park. And it's just like...
We used to hang out there all the time. Like a bunch of...
Every weekend.
Smelly scene kids, sweaty from a show, only ordering cups of coffee and staying there for like 4 hours. And then like somebody from Erie First would tag along who was also at the show, would order like a sandwich, and it would have been like the only food ordered. They were nice about letting grubby teens hang out, which was cool.
Yeah. But it's super weird to be like, oh man, I used to go to that McDonald's before Eaton Park, and like this is where the dude literally blew up. Like right where
I guess there's a thing about whether or not his head came off or it just blew a hole in his chest. I believe it's the latter, but it's insane. I mean, and the cane was we'll talk about it later.
You got to watch the Netflix show.
I haven't watched the Netflix show yet.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Because honestly, it's chilling to me. Like one of the deaths in the case was near where I grew up, about 7 houses down. So there was just one year where it was like, hey guys, don't go down that way, all right? Like from my mom, just trying to be all nice and keep it cool. It's like, why? It's like, oh man, how do I... It's like probably one of the toughest mom moments she's ever had. It's just like, oh man, super scary death in this case that no one can explain. People are exploding in the city and everything's awful. So let's just maybe don't walk towards the Breskys or the Kensers right now.
Well, anyways, on that uplifting note,
that was scarier than the time this dude Paul's boa constrictor got loose in the neighborhood. And no one knew where it was, and my dad still made me take the dog out at night. Just like he's like, but it might be it was on the news, and I was like, it might be in the trees. I'm like, so me and Nala are just terrified, like the dog's scared too, because something's up, and we're just kind of like slowly, like I don't even know how to defend myself against a boa constrictor. I don't know. Both were very scary. Anyway, Lake Cliff, the tales from the underground or whatever. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, let's put an end to it. Let's put it out of its misery. Happy holidays. Hope you had a safe weekend. Don't drink and boat. Don't drink and drive.
Yeah, none of that.
Yeah, none of that. None of that. Just play Settlers of Catan and keep it simple.
Stupid. All right.
All right, man. You too. No, just kidding.
Like the saying.
All right. I'll talk to you next week. Love you. Bye.
Love you too, man. See you.